Thanks for the support as a channel member, FMD Michael Amgood. Today's the day then, Mrs Wearmouth. Either we confirm our place in the Premier League for next season, or we're in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, I mean, I'd be worried if I were you too, the amount of money we've already spent on players for next year. Okay, I won't laugh. Hello and welcome to part 98 of Homegrown. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have at the very least the Brighton game and then at the very least the Brighton and the Everton games. There might be more. We'll play as many as it takes to survive in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, we've not played any football because we were just busy losing to Leeds. What we have done is signed our sixth and final under-21 foreign player that we can bring in this summer. Emmanuel Loy. Is an 18-year-old Italian under-20 international left-back who can also play left midfield, but obviously I'm just playing him as a super attacking left wing-back the way I like them. He's already as good as Perozzi, better than McCartan and Francis. Interesting, Perozzi doesn't get in the team, and supposedly he's our best left-back currently, but I don't think he can play wing-back. He's a natural wing-back. Why am I not playing this guy? I imagine I've got my reasons. I like McCartan is probably the main reason that I'm not playing the other guy. But we've got Loy coming in now, so he's going to be a interesting challenger on that left-hand side. It means we've now got a goalkeeper, left-back, right-back, centre-back, central midfielder, winger, and striker all coming in, already pre-arranged. We've still got about £7-8 million of transfer budget for next season and probably quite a few players to move on this summer to add to that budget that we can then reinvest in English players in tomorrow's transfer special. So still plenty to come, but lots of exciting players already arranged to be coming in. But this is the team that we're putting out there to face Brighton. Brighton are in 18th place in the Premier League. We're in 15th. If we beat them, we are safe, I think. I think that's how maths works. We'll find out for sure at the end of the game. A win and we're safe. It's a home win against a home game against one of the worst teams in the division. It should be an easy win. But we are without our goalkeeper. Alex Williams has got a groin strain and is going to be out for the next couple of weeks. So he's going to miss the next few games. So Jack Green continues to deputise in goal. So it's Green in goal, a back four of McCartan, Davies, Cardona and Curry. Akani and Hodgkinson in midfield. Richardson, Blamplate and Renan supporting Ali Basic up front. We're going with Ali Basic today. More hardworking, pressing forward. Costabile is a frustration because sometimes he'll be sensational. We talked yesterday's episode about how he had that game where he just scored 4 goals in half an hour at the start of a game and was just absolutely otherworldly. He was superb. He single-handedly dragged us out of our terrible form. But then we saw in the last episode, he was completely absent for 2 full matches. And I think I just want someone a little bit more hardworking up there today in the shape of Ali Basic, with the option to put Renan or Costabile up front in the second half if we decide we want to go with something a little bit different. But Ali Basic will go up there and run and run and run. And that might just be what we need today. Ali Basic has picked the ball up on the edge of the area here. And that's a terrible pass that Cardona has saved him. Saved his blushes there. Cardona coming across to cover, which is one of the reasons I like Cardona as much as I do. He's very quick and good at covering. Richardson with an in-swinging free kick, looking for that far post. Akani's there, nods it back for Renan. Ali Basic is there, and Kev's a genius. Ali Basic brought into the team and finds himself in the right place at the right time. Throws us a cartwheel as well, no less. And it's home 1, Brighton 0 after 10 minutes, and that is an excellent start to this match. It's a lovely free kick from Richardson. Akani with the weird header back across goal. It looks like this is something pre-planned, at least as far as getting it to Renan, who drilled a shot across goal that ended up into the path of Ali Basic, who is there to tuck it home and give us the lead. And as you can see, as things stand, this will leave us 11 points clear of Brighton, with them having 3 games left to play, which by Kev maths means we will be mathematically safe in the Premier League if things end as they currently are, which is lovely. Curry heading the goal kick straight back towards the Brighton goal, but then they've got the ball back, lumped it over the top, and last-ditch challenge from Cardona, I think, is just enough to distract the on-rushing striker and force him to put the shot wide. In fact, Green, I don't know if Green's made the save or Cardona's made the tackle there, but it's led to a Brighton corner, and they're still on the attack here, and Blamplate left his leg hanging out for an awfully long time there, but has got away with it, and now Richardson has got the counter-attack down this left-hand side. Richardson has got a man to beat if he can get past him, and he can, and is then fouled, surely. We've won a corner off the back of it. I think Richardson's tackled from behind there. That's got to be a foul. Richardson is up to take the corner himself, though. It's cleared only as far as Richardson again. And this time he plays it back to Cardona, who seems to be everywhere. Cardona's playing centre-back for us, but it looks like he's covering about 4 positions this afternoon. It's still 1-0, just about to hit the half-time. I think this is probably going to be the final action of this first half, and it is Brighton who've got the ball on this left-hand, or our right-hand side. Hodgkinson's there to make the first tackle, and surely the Brighton players put that out of play there. It falls loose to Curry, and he gives it to Hodgkinson, who finds Cardona, Blamplate, and now Harrison Davies looks up, ready to lump it forward, looking for Ali Basak. It's nowhere near him, and it's left us under a little bit of pressure again here, and McCartan's having to cover. He couldn't quite get there, and I think there's a suspicion of offside here from this goal. I think it was Curry who couldn't get there ahead of the onrushing Brighton attacker, but I think he's offside, and that's why Curry couldn't get there. There you go. The goal has been disallowed. But a little bit of an alarm bell just before half-time. That will hopefully be just enough to wake us up for this second half so we don't find ourselves in that kind of predicament again. 1-0 at half-time. Things still looking very good, but with only 1 goal in it, there's always the danger that things can be turned on their head at a moment's notice. We've got a free kick here on the edge of the Brighton penalty area. It's Nathan Curry to take. We've not seen him score one of those for a long, long time, but he's decided to do it at the most important time possible. It's his first goal of the season. It's years since I've seen him hit a free kick like that. But goodness me, is he making up for some of his silliness earlier in the season? We've seen the good and the bad of Nathan Curry's career in a nutshell in the Premier League this year. Wild man tackles, crazy sendings off, but he does have that beautiful set-piece delivery and can hit a decent free kick when it's lined up nicely for him as well, like it was there. 2-0 to home, 20 minutes to go. Kieran Hodgkinson is tired, so Grucock can come on for him in midfield. We're also going to take off McCartan, who's not having the best of times at left back. And then I think we're going to bring on Onyang. Actually, no, Sebastião. But rather than putting him up front, we're going to put Renan up front and give him 20 minutes up front with Sebastião out on the right-hand side and just continue the ongoing 6-season-long now, I think, Renan up front experiment as I decide whether or not he's a striker. I need to make that decision once and for all before the new attacking players start to turn up this summer, because obviously Renan is our original Brazilian. Oh, what a save from Jack Green. The Jack Green fan club has just gone wild in the comments section. That was a proper world-class save to keep this game at 2-0. We've got 2 very good goalkeepers here. I don't really know what we do to keep them both happy and keep them both at the club, because it is very, very handy in a situation like this where Alex Williams, don't get me wrong, Alex Williams has been our best player this year. He's got the highest average rating at the club. He's nailed on to win player of the season, I would think. But he's picked up an injury and we've barely noticed, because Jack Green, similar to when Williams left to go to Crystal Palace, Jack Green has just stepped in and does not look out of place at all. And that was a very, very good save. Brighton are on the attack again. And we're getting the good and the bad of Nathan Curry all in one match today, it seems. As he's given away a penalty. He's chasing the referee away, which is only going to lead to him getting sent off if he doesn't calm down. Whoever that player next to him was seems to have stopped him from chasing the referee all the way across to the little telly. I mean, it looked a penalty from here. I'd be very surprised if it's not given as a penalty. It is a penalty. And now this is another opportunity for Jack Green to lead the chorus of Jack Green fans down in the comments. Can he make the save from the penalty spot? He can't. It's 2-1 with 10 minutes remaining. And Brighton have given themselves a little sliver of hope when it comes to their Premier League survival. A win for us today secures our survival. It doesn't necessarily relegate Brighton, because they've got Leicester just 1 point ahead of them. Birmingham still catchable as well. Even theoretically, Aston Villa would be catchable as things stand. Birmingham have actually come back against Leicester. That's a massive game in the relegation mix there. 2-2 between Birmingham and Leicester. But I think that is our survival in the Premier League assured. Let's wait for the confirmation to come through in the inbox. It was already there in the team talk, but we know the team talk can sometimes be wrong. There is your confirmation, though. With 3 games to spare, Holme have avoided relegation. And I think the other match I'm going to show you is the final one here at Stadium MK, at home to Everton. You can use your imagination for what happened in the last couple of games against Arsenal and Birmingham. We will do the transfers tomorrow and, of course, move into the new home of football over the summer as well. But we'll show the Everton game so you can see our final home game in Milton Keynes. But that has been a much better season than I ever thought we could achieve. We've survived with 3 games to spare. We got to the Carabao Cup final, and we've got a lot of very fancy Brazilians coming in this summer. Let's go play Everton. Well, now we're safe. I guess we can rotate the team around a little bit. So a few changes for the Everton game. Green's going to stay in goal. Williams still not fit enough to be back. He is sat on the bench for us today, but we'll give Perozzi a game at left back. Alec Lay and Joe Barr can finally be that Premier League centre-back partnership I promised you there would be in the middle, with Jørn Andersen out on the right-hand side at right back. Collier and Zapata have both fallen out of favour as the season's gone on. Can have a second chance in central midfield, and then Richardson and Blamplate stay in, but Sebastião can come in on the right, and Renan can play up front. Remember when I said Renan could play up front? Renan's going to get an opportunity to play up front. So what's that, 7, 8 changes from the last game? I don't think Everton are involved in anything important that's going to upset people for me changing the team around. Certainly if I do this on the last day of the season against Birmingham, it's probably going to be a problem. Although, actually, Birmingham are probably going to be already relegated by then anyway, so I don't think that will matter either. But Everton look like they're just comfortably hovering around in mid-table, so I think it's fine for us to experiment a little bit. It's not like we've gone crazy. We're not playing a bunch of players you've never heard of. These are all players who've been in and around the first team squad this season, or have been regulars in previous seasons, or on the cusp of being regulars. So I think it's fine for us to play this team today. Perozzi is probably the one who none of us have ever really seen before. I've never really given him much of a chance. Every time I want to go to him, he seems to be injured. And with Francis and McCartan both ahead of him at left back, it's kind of, I've been very guilty of overlooking him, I think, even though, as we saw before, star rating wise, he's theoretically the best left back at the club at the moment. So I suppose I need to take these 3 games at the end of the season to see if he's actually as good as apparently his star rating suggests he is. And I've just not noticed because I've been messing around with the other 2. And we've gone 1-0 up here very early on through Richardson. It's a lovely ball from Zapata, who I don't know, I do like Zapata. He was brought in to play that defensive midfielder role that we then stopped using. But he has been training to play central midfield all year, so he does need some game time there. But with the new young Brazilian who's supposedly the new Dunga coming in January, I think his time is probably numbered as a defensive midfielder in our team anyway, because new Brazilian boy is likely to be better than he is. I've just noticed on the league table, as it stands right now, this result would put us all the way up to 11th place, which would be absolutely insane. Everton have now equalised, but an 11th place finish would be nuts. I don't know if we can still get into the top half here. Maybe if we can, I should stop being so rotation-y in these last couple of games, because obviously in the Premier League, unlike pretty much every other league you ever play in the Premier League, there is a significant jump in money for each finishing position that you end up in. Looking at that league table, we're only 3 points behind Leeds, who are up in 9th place. So I might not do any of this rotation for the last 2 games after this one. If I'd have thought about it beforehand, we probably would have gone full strength here, but we'll try and play a fairly strong side for the last couple of games and see just how high up this league we can end up finishing. Collier's picked up a knock there, trying to get the tackle in on the Everton attacker. It looks like he's okay to continue for now. We'll probably take him off at half-time and try some of the other options that we've got knocking around on the bench. A big ball forward looking for the left winger there, but Anderson intercepts, and Sebastião with the ball over the top looking for Renan, but it's a little bit overhit, and Alec Lay deals with it nice and comfortably, playing in that Harrison Davies role, the no-nonsense centre-back role today. And they're getting in behind Lay and Barr pretty easily here. It's a problem for the 2 of them, bless them. Right, Collier back to Perozzi. Perozzi with the cross, it ends up with Blamplate. Sebastião's there. Anderson's now joining in the attack as well, coming forward from right back. But some desperate defending from Everton does lead to the sting being taken out of the move. And as we hit halftime or approach halftime, it looks like it's going to be 1-1 at the break. And we're going to take Collier off now because there's no point in keeping him on when he's carrying a knock. Alibasic can come on for him and play him midfield. In fact, we will swap them around like that. We'll get Alibasic moving forward a little bit more and gives him an opportunity to play in central midfield again, which he hasn't done for a little while. Most of his appearances this year have been on the right wing or up front because I think we've been pretty strong in central midfield. Moving Hodgkinson back there, I've kind of gone with Akani and Hodgkinson for pretty much the entire season when they've both been available. That's why Collier and Grucock and the like have fallen down the pecking order a little bit, but it has meant there's not been really any room at all for Alibasic to play in there because he's still only accomplished in central midfield. That's such a lovely finish from Renan. He is a striker, isn't he? Is he 23, 24 now? He plays up front for Northern Ireland where he's scoring fairly regularly for them, I think. And I've never taken the plunge on him as a striker, but he's such a composed finisher. That's lovely. It's 2-1. Maybe next year's the year. We've got a new winger coming in. Sebastião's already here. We've got Richardson and Richards on the other side. Maybe next season will be the season where Renan finally gets a run playing up front. But I know what will happen because we've been down this road with him so many times before. I'll commit to giving him a run playing up front like I have done various times in the past and he'll get injured. And then Costabile will come in or Alibasic will come in or Hodgkinson will move up front and they'll play well. And when Renan's fit again, it's like, well, I don't want to drop my striker now. I'll get Renan back in again on the wing. And it's always the way. Every time he gets an opportunity to play as the striker, he gets injured. And I don't know how much I want to rely on my first choice starting centre forward being someone who averages 2 or 3 months out injured every year, like Renan seems to do. So maybe he is best just as a little luxury player who will score us valuable goals when he gets the opportunity, but we're never going to rely on him too much. That might be the best outcome for Renan. Santa Maria just come on at right back. A rare opportunity for him. Plays it into Onyango. Back to Santa Maria again, into the path of Onyango, who has the shot. It falls to Blamplate, and Blamplate scores to make it 3-1 with 7 minutes to go in this game. And I think we have wrapped up a victory here against, theoretically, according to the league table, is a fairly strong Everton side. They haven't looked very good today. They've played like a team with nothing to play for, whereas we're playing like a team who've just remembered that there's prize money at stake. And the higher up this league we finish, the more likely we are to be able to bring in a few more players over the summer. We're up to 11th as things stand, just 1 point behind Leeds in 9th. And with a very real opportunity in those final couple of games to get ourselves a top half finish. It doesn't really matter. That's why I'm not going to show you those games in a video. We'll just have a look at them in the transfer special tomorrow. But I will be giving it a good go, trying to finish in the top half of this league because money. Cross comes in and Green can't quite get there. It might not be all wrapped up now for the victory. 3 minutes to go. It's now 3-2. Everton are back in it. Green couldn't get there from the shot from the Everton player. And hopefully we do manage to hold on. Ultimately, if it's a draw, it doesn't really matter. But, you know, I want to win. Winning's fun. Winning football matches is fun. That's what you've learnt here with me today. Richardson, who's very, very tired, but still got enough energy to go round his man the wrong way. Blamplate gives it back to Richardson. Richardson's got Perozzi on the overlap. He's hit a very early, very deep cross that didn't get anywhere near Onyango. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. When he knows there's an expensive young left-back coming into the club and he's not had many opportunities already, I think he's trying to do something fancy to impress me. It didn't really come off and it's 3-3. And boys and girls, that is a demonstration of why Alex Williams is our first choice goalkeeper, because that's poor goalkeeping from Green. Williams doesn't concede that. It's a ball over the top. Yes, Lay and Barr are both slow and struggling with it a little bit, but Green's got to do better there. It's 3-3. And I think any hope of finishing the top half of the table probably just passed through Jack Green's fingers along with the football there. 3-3, it's fine. We'll be back tomorrow for the transfer special and for you to meet all our shiny new Brazilians. What a first season in the Premier League, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.